I'm throwing you straight onto the
You throw me
meat,
other stuff?
right on the meatloaf, dude. Right
Oh,
on the finest crockpot meal.
A very fun last second shakeup to the co-meet in this one, Meat Boy. Curious to get your take. Jalin Turner is stepping up on essentially 10 days notice and is taking on King Bobby Green, who, don't look now, but Bobby Green has won 2 straight fights, 3 fights that he hasn't lost in. And while his UFC career has been definitely up and down, one could argue that he's kind of peaking right now. Like, the best version we've probably ever seen was that early and often finish he pulled off against KGD Grant Dawson as like a plus 600 dog just a couple weeks ago. And before that, he smoked Tony Ferguson, got that late finish, and really some impressive stuff from Bobby Green. And the last time we saw him not looking great, he did get slept by our boy Drew Dober, but he also picked up some wins over Iaquinta, Nasrat Haqparast, Lando Venata, Clay Guida. I mean, the dude does have some serious wins. And Jalin Turner, meanwhile, 6-4 in the UFC. The Tarantula, who he also has lost 2 straight, but Dan Hooker was a split decision. Gamrot was a split decision, and in both those fights, they were both hella close. Against Gamrot specifically, he had some moments, but the chain wrestling of Gamrot ultimately was enough to beat the Tarantula. And then against Dan Hooker, it was back and forth on the feet. Late in the second round, there was opportunities, I thought, for Turner to finish the contest, but the durability and toughness of Dan Hooker kept him in that one. But nonetheless, we can't forget that at one point, Jalin Turner had won 5 in a row. He was finishing literally everyone, even picked up a performance of the night bonus over Brad Riddell in a fight that lasted less than a minute. So some really good stuff from Jalin Turner, even though his 13-7 overall record wouldn't suggest he's the highest of level fighters. He's right up there. So curious to get your perspective on this one, Meat Boy. Any chance Jalin Turner off the couch essentially is able to come in and stop all this Bobby Green momentum, or is Bobby Green going to find a way to get another W?
Yeah, this is a fun fight, great fight. I do worry that it is short notice for Turner, but Turner must be pretty confident thinking that he could beat Bobby. Doesn't have to worry about wrestling. Doesn't have to worry about the pace and style of Dan Hooker, or just zombified, mummified, beat me up, and somehow I survive, and then you gas out. This should be more of a tactical sniper fight, and I do like Jalin's size, reach, and age. I gotta go with Jalin on this. I'm pretty surprised to see him as this big of a dog because Bobby Green's been looking pretty untouchable. But it seems that everyone's still respecting Jalin Turner's skill because his last 2 losses, arguably, if he had a better game plan or executed and didn't just fall apart, he should have won both those bouts. But yeah, this is a fun fight nonetheless, but I gotta take Jalin Turner by KO.
Yeah, if he could put out Bobby Green, that would be something because, again, Dober did it recently, but it's pretty tough to finish the always durable Bobby Green. But Jalin Turner does have those long punches. You touched on the reach advantage. It's going to have about a 5-inch reach advantage. Bobby Green's about 5'10". Jalin Turner is north of 6'3", so the dude is massive. Any concerns that off the street, 10 days notice, Jalin Turner's going to miss weight? Because if you remember that fight last against Dan Hooker, July of this year, it was a catch weight because Jalin Turner missed by like 3 pounds. So any weight concerns? Do you think Jalin misses weight?
He definitely could, but I think Jalin is a professional. I think he'll come in. I think he might need the money, so I think he'll cut all that weight so he does not lose any money.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that factors into this at all. Bobby Green, always on weight, always on points. So just curious if that plays any role in this one. But if you look at Tapology, Meat Boy, like you said, Vegas is about 2-1 for the Tarantula. So plenty of respect still on his name. And 67% of Tapology is rolling with him. Majority slightly is beige for the decision. You said Turner by finish. Is it KO or submission?
It's definitely going to be KO.
KO for Tarantula is Meat's pick. I'm going to roll with you, Meat Boy. I'm going to take Jalin Turner. I'm going to go by decision. I think that we might actually be getting like plus 400 range for Jalin Turner because I think a lot of people will be expecting the finish for him. But Bobby Green's pretty tough, dude. He's super durable. So if Bobby Green isn't winning a decision himself, I'm going to take Jalin Turner to win a close but hopefully unanimous nod against Bobby Green. But in this one, Meat Boy, I see Bobby Green having some life because this dude seemingly is peaking right now, and what he did to Grant Dawson after Grant Dawson won like 20 fights in a row, it's tough for me to count Bobby Green out of basically any fight except against Islam. So I'm going to take Jalin Turner ever so slightly. Any last thoughts?
No, it's a great fight, fun fight. Nonetheless, don't look how much you're digging. Why? Smash that me subscribe.